Click. Good morning, everyone. How is everyone today?
Awesome.
Great. Good.
Excellent. I'm Alex. I'm the facilitator this week, and Lee over here is going to be our scribe. So let's start by taking roll call. As I look around the room, it looks like all our groups are represented today. So Lee, can you please mark everyone as being present?
You betcha.
What you'll
We're doing
notice
the
is...
UP version.
You betcha.
And what we should probably
Different dialects.
You'll see letters and numbers up here. Each one of those colors and numbers all correlate. So while we know where everything is, if this was by...
Gotcha.
Yeah, so number one obviously matches the color and yeah, we would give orientation to the scribe in advance, but that helps them as they're walking through the steps.
All right, thank you, Lee. So Chris, I believe you're the Service Excellence Coordinator this week. So would you like to review this week's topic and share the quote of the day?
Sure. The topic of this week is emergency preparedness, and our quote of the day is, if you're not prepared, it's not pressure you feel, it is fear. And that was said by Bruce Bocci, manager of the San Francisco Giants.
Great. Does anyone have anything to share that relates to that quote?
Well, yes. I would like to recognize Mary. She came in early on Monday to finish some work that was not completed on Friday to make sure that we were not behind this week.
Wow, thanks for sharing that, Sam. Lee, could you please write that in the announcements section?
Sure. You can continue on, right?
All right. All right, so let's move on and focus on to our focus on safety question. So have any problems occurred so far today or at the end of the day yesterday that could have resulted or did result in patient, family, or staff injury or dissatisfaction?
Alex, I'm glad you asked that. This morning, Chris and I were putting the UPS delivery away in the supply room and a box of syringes fell off the shelf and almost hit him on the head. Luckily, it missed.
Wow, let's record that on a Post-it note and place it in the problem section next to the word safety.
Okay.
And then we also need to move our cards, so we definitely had an unsafe situation this morning. So let's go ahead and switch this over to red. And that'll trigger our leaders on their walk to know to take a look at the problem that we just surfaced. All right, let's take a look at our measures. So it looks like we're green on 3 of our measures: safety, financial stewardship, and engagement. And it looks like, guys, it's important to note that this is the first time that our safety measure has been green. That's awesome. However, I mean, we got to balance that with that we are still red on both quality and safety. I'm sorry, quality and delivery. Thank you, Lee, for catching that.
That's what a scribe's for.
So let's take a closer look at those two on quality and delivery since they're red. Has anyone noticed anything that might be causing those measures to be low?
Well, I know that yesterday we had 10 add-ons, and while that is not unusual for Monday, they usually slow us down.
All right, so we need to update the frequency count for those.
All right, I'm writing the problem was multiple add-ons and placing a check next to it to recognize that that just occurred. And I'm going to write add-ons on a Post-it note, and I'm going to place that in our delivery section.
Awesome, thank you very much. Were there any other issues? What about issues relating to the quality measure?
Well, I was the one that went through all the patient satisfaction cards, and a lot of patients mentioned that they were never told they could leave. They must be Canadian. And so they spent time waiting in the exam room after their appointment was complete.
All right, I'm going to add this to the frequency count for quality because that's come up a few times over the last month or so. So we have weren't told they could leave right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and add another X there.
Lee, there's no need to fill out a Post-it note on this one. We have an ELI that was just implemented regarding the use of our call lights, and that should positively impact this problem.
All right, excellent. So based on these surface problems, are there any immediate actions that we should take?
I will make sure that the clinic leader plans to follow up and provide service recovery with the unhappy patients. It's very important that we do this.
I will make a note of that. Thanks, Terry. So under 8 here, I'm just going to say service recovery. And of course, I'd be more detailed if it was a real huddle on who's going to do that.
Okay, let's move on now and take a look at our, thank you everybody. So let's move on and take a look at our everyday lean ideas, and let's do some communication and update the progress on those. So it looks like we have a new idea in the ideas section from Pat. We'll have our clinic manager review that on her next leadership walk and follow up with you directly. But it also looks like we have an everyday lean idea in the do it section. Does somebody have an update that they can provide us on that one? It's from Terry.
You, Terry.
Jerry.
Oh,
I'm
yes,
Patty.
those are, sorry.
That's all right.
We received approval to change around the physician work schedule, so we are actually moving ahead and piloting starting tomorrow.
Oh, so since that's starting, it's probably okay for us then, let's move it from the do it section over to the doing it section. All right. Thank you very much, Terry.
Okay.
All right, okay, so it looks like we had something in the doing it column already under residents coming up with their own triggers for hand washing. Could someone give us an update or tell us about that one?
Yes, we are very proud of the residents. They started using the identified trigger system for hand washing last week, and they can actually see the impact it has made on our safety metric. As previously mentioned, this is the first time the metric has been green, and it is directly because of this effort.
Wonderful, let's move that to the done section, and let's make sure we give the residents some recognition for that.
I'll record it. Residents rock.
All right, thank you, everybody. So let's look at our daily communication and see what kind of updates we have down there. So it looks like Kelly's off today. Rooms C and F are gonna be open all day, and Julie is gonna be covering the lab for us. If we have anything we know, we can reach out to her. Is there any other communication that anyone wants to share?
No, I think that's it for today. I'll make sure to pass this along to those unable to attend today's huddle.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have any announcements, or is anyone that needs to be recognized that we haven't already identified?
Oh, I do. Betty finished her master's degree finally. And of course, there's always Kate, so that'll be in the conference room.
Let me guess. Oh wait, sorry. Sorry, Terry.
There's also construction on 23, so this could definitely cause delays for patients.
Let me guess. Lee, can you document? Just kidding, guys. I'm on it. All right. So
All
we
right.
got Kate.
Thank you, Lee.
Barrels.
Great, all right, so thank you everybody for sharing this. Is there anything else we need to discuss? All right, so that's gonna conclude today's huddle. Thank you everybody for coming.
All right, thank you.